So Dr. Volker, let's talk about the 3 ways to be safe in our little series of Sex by the Numbers.
Wow, I like this because I have never met parents that didn't want their child to be safe. Never, never. I mean, unless they had really big problems themselves, but parents want their child to be safe. And they talk to their child about, oh, left, right, left, crossing the street. Okay, don't touch that, too hot. Don't touch that. Okay. And they talk about safety and, oh, we got to put you in your seat and put the seatbelt on. And so there are a lot of ways that parents do talk about physical safety. Oh, water's too hot. Don't get in that bathtub, too hot. So when we talk about this and I talk to parents and students, these 3 ways to be safe are very important. First, physically, what could hurt my physical body? And I want to be able to say, I got to find out information. I'll do this, but not this. The emotional part is about my feelings. And this can be arranged. Just because a friend is doing something, you may not feel comfortable. Therefore, it's important to say, I'll do this, but not this. Years ago, we said yes and no. Now, more important is I'll do this, but not this. Or I'm ready for this, but not this. So that part is very important in the emotional part of safety as well. And by the way, if people have gone through traumas, there could be triggers. And so you want to be able to say, I'll do this, but not this. Because if you're triggered, sexually or not, you're going to shut down. And oh, I would not want that for any of the listeners involved as well. Now, the one area that especially parents don't want to talk about to their kids is about sexual safety. They do talk about, don't let anybody touch you. Well, it's important to know about touching and who can touch and where. And sexual safety means that, oh, if somebody wants to touch your private parts, who would be people who are appropriate and where? And where? So if somebody comes up to you and wants to see private parts, and by the way, little children are very curious. They want to see public parts and noses and elbows. And so therefore, you want to get books and materials for a child or a teenager as well. And you want to be sexually safe. So that's what comes into sharing by the time somebody is not only small, who can touch where, but also then to teenagers when we teach them in middle school as to what would be 100% safe sexually, abstinence and touching your own body, 100% safe, okay? Second, safe would be what the teenagers call skin, not in. Anything, I call it outer course. And then any type of intercourse by mouth, vagina, or anus, well, if someone is not tested, we would not know, which is why condoms and other sexual safety materials are very important to learn about and know. This can be embarrassing for some people to talk about. However, I always ask teenagers, would you drive a car where the brakes didn't work? Would you drive your bicycle? I'm in middle school now, with your eyes closed. Because you want to be safe with your physical self, emotional self, and your sexual self. And by the way, emotional is also about how much we share with people on internet, and will they share it on media as well. And so trust of sharing emotionally is very important as well too. Who do I trust? And that's a really difficult thing. And do I want my feelings shared with everybody on social media, that's something important to think about.
Thank you, Dr. Volker.
Sure.